guys. Welcome to our second episode of Let's Chat with Lily. I'm your host, Lily, and this is my co host.
Hi guys, it's Co aka SA2 and I'm back.
Welcome back, Co.
Co-pilots.
Co everything. Oh, wow, guys. It's been a hectic week since our first episode went up. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means a whole lot to us. It's so nice to be so well received. While we have our little conversations. Oh my goodness.
Let's recap on your week. How was your week before we get into the topic? How was your week?
Um, how was my? Oh no, my week was hectic. My week was horrible. I could throw this week down the drain. Literally, I could just. You knew. That's why you were asking me how this week was. It's because you know. It's because you know I had a week that was. It was like I was run down by a bus this week. It felt like I am laying down and the bus is slowly driving over me, and I don't have I can't even get up. I'm paralyzed or something like.
To a point, like, gave a new name, you upgraded the Miss Lily G to Uncle Miss Lily G.
That's my new name,
We
guys.
won't get into
Uncle
it
Miss
why,
Lily G.
but now it's just Uncle Miss Lily G.
My
Okay.
goodness.
That's the week she had.
That's-
Malume.
That's a week and a half. I am done. I'm done. Like this week was a lot for me.
Yeah.
How was your week?
How was my week? Good.
I think it was a
It was
good
good
week
week.
for
It
you.
was a good week for me. Yeah, it was a good week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good week.
It was productive at work. Everything was good.
Everything was good, 100%.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad that we are sitting here again today. Today's topic is something that I think everybody resonates with.
Okay.
Everybody wants this.
Okay.
And even if you say you don't want it, I don't believe you. I
You
feel like
lie.
you lie. You're scared. You're scared of it. That's why you say that you don't want it.
What is that, my friend?
So today's topic is deep down, I just want to love somebody without looking stupid.
Oh, yes.
My thing is, why do we have to get to a point whereby we have to fear looking stupid when you love somebody? Why are we there? Why is this our life?
I think the only person, well, there is someone who's not afraid to be stupid, to look stupid. There's one. Someone who hasn't loved before.
You think so? I feel like I'm not afraid to look stupid. Okay,
Okay. Yeah. No. You are. You are.
how do I put this? I'm not okay. I don't want to look like a haha, but I'm not afraid to
stupidly in love.
Yes, to be stupidly in love. Yes.
Yes, but it's true. But you're scared to be
A
seen.
haha.
A haha. A haha. Someone will like, look at this idiot. You are a haha.
And
You
that-
are a
yeah,
stupid.
that's
You are stupid. The only person who's not scared to be a haha or a stupid is someone who's going to be dating for the first time because they don't know of what can actually happen. Because when you like, the reason why we are scared is based on our experiences.
That's true. That's true. Yes, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I have this thing, right, whereby I feel like I need to accept whatever decisions I have made, especially when it comes to love. Whatever decisions I have made, good or bad, I need to accept that. Like I need to move on from that stuff like nobody's business. If it was a bad decision, shame for me.
It was bad. No,
It was bad. What did I learn from it? What do I take from it? And if it was a good decision, well, look at me then. Well, look at
Look
me
at the
then.
results in the finger. Oh, look at my finger. What's on my finger?
Oh my goodness.
Good results have got fingers with rings. Bad decisions. Look at me.
Oh wow. I feel like that got personal very quickly. Oh wow. So when I think of love,
Mm-hmm.
I think of vulnerability.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that is one of the first few things, or the first thing that needs to come to your mind when you are embarking on a love journey.
Okay.
And I'll move it away from a partner, because I feel like sometimes we cloud everything that's got to do with love and we just group it in with it
A
being
relationship,
related
a
to a
romantic
partner.
relationship.
Yes. So when I think of love, I think of vulnerability.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I think of the love I have for my girls.
Mm-hmm.
That love is vulnerable. That love is, it's pure, it's sacred. Like it's a risk, because those little rascals will grow up and they will show me flames.
They will play on that little love of yours.
And they will play on it so
Mommy will
much,
defend me no matter
no matter what I do, no matter what happens, so it's vulnerable. And then now when you bring it to a partner, the vulnerability scale goes up like 10 times
Yeah, that's someone now it's an addition that comes in later on
in life. Yes. And now this person is supposed to be your safety net. They're supposed to be your my first and last, because that's the first person you see and the last person you see before you go to bed. So like they are there, like your life, Nje, when you are awake, they exist. When you are sleeping, obviously you're sleeping, but when you are awake, that's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
When you go to bed at night, that's the last thing you see. Now that is a lot of one person in your space. Then you need to be vulnerable, first of all. In our lifespan, we change.
Every day.
we
Every
change,
day.
we change. And the biggest change that I feel is a big vulnerability is your physical
Yeah.
changes.
Especially, yeah.
You meet this person, you are slender, you are a two slice, you are everything and more, everything we want to go back to now.
You're still at the point, you're still eating a little bit.
Yes, but even I don't even think I wasn't eating a little bit, and I was a two slice. Do you remember how much I used to eat?
Yeah, but like there's a difference. Like you said, when love is still new.
You
You
still
gradually-
talk by yourself.
You gradually.
I don't think so, guys. I would never survive a relationship whereby I have to conquer what I eat, like how I eat.
But still, like, also the thing is, you don't eat as much.
Oh, so you think I'm a better version of an eater?
Yes, you're a better version of an eater. There's some people, listen up, some people, like, I've heard stories, like, from friends, like, they'd be scared to even eat because then now they're going to have to go and do the number. These things happen. Now wait for a whole weekend, now you felt more fella. When are you going to get the chance
to go
and
fix your things there, drop off the kids there at the swimming pool?
What did it
Oh my goodness. So love is a vulnerability. I think it's vulnerable. And because it's a vulnerability, it always feels like it's a risk.
Of course.
It always, always, always feels like I am risking like my peace. That's the first thing you think of. Oh my goodness, my peace. Oh my gosh.
I'm used to this, doing this alone. Yeah.
And then now there's another person that you
have to be accountable to.
People don't like that. I feel like the accountability is another topic for another day. Because people hate being accountable. You are controlling. You are controlling. Why? Why do you want to know?
I was not before you.
So besides that, it often feels like a risk. It often feels like a risk, and society also puts pressure or puts fear in our hearts or in our minds that you're going to look stupid.
Okay, wait, let's backtrack. Are we scared to look stupid to the person that we are with or the person we have a relationship with, or are people scared of looking stupid to the outside world.
We're scared of looking stupid to the outside world.
Okay.
I genuinely feel like I can be myself with my husband. I can be stupidly Lita with my husband, and he can be stupid Nati without any issues. Like without, yes, sometimes he'll get like on my nerve, but
you'll get on his nerve.
and I'll get, yes, but it's just like he's just being stupid. It's not.
That's not the
It's
entire
not the
picture.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But when people are looking out, you know how I just want to say this, guys. I just want to say this. There's this thing that we need to make. There's this unspoken pressure
Okay.
with us married couples. I feel like I have seen it, whereby we want to make it seem like
Everything's perfect.
everything is perfect. And that is so scary to me when I look at that, because that means that where is the real? Where is the raw? Where is the unfiltered or what is it? I don't know what the word is, but it's where is the
Unsaturated.
unedited?
Yeah.
Where is the unedited version of this marriage, of this relationship? Because I'm not saying that put your problems out there. No. But I can safely say that my husband can get on my nerve. He can do that. If he wants to, he can do it. If I want to get on his nerves, I
know exactly which button to press.
I do. I know exactly which buttons to push. And sometimes things are not all roses. I'm not saying that I'm gonna now post about today I had a fight with my husband about ABCD.
Yes,
I'm not gonna do that. But what I do want to put out there is that marriage is a journey. And every day I wake up in this journey and I choose to stay in that journey.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not good. Sometimes it's really bad, and sometimes it's really nice. So yes, when we are out and about and I take a picture of him and myself at the beach, it's a good day, you know. Maybe now you see this is what I don't like about myself, is that I will say a statement and then as I'm processing the thoughts, then I'm like, oh Lilita, maybe not. Hey, you're being too judgmental.
Listening. Yeah.
Why are you judging me?
Go on.
Why are you judging me?
Go on. Let's judge you. We
Why?
listen. We don't judge.
Why are you judging me?
Continue.
Okay.
Continue.
Continue. So what I'm saying is there's a difference between acting like your marriage is perfect and never accepting or never talking about the bad times. And then there's a difference the difference of, okay, my marriage is a marriage. It has days where I don't like him. There's days where he's just an ass. Sorry for my language. You know?
No, we're talking about the donkey, you know?
Yeah. So, guys, I don't know.
How do you find the balance?
How do you find the balance? I think you need to be worried about how you and him are doing rather than what the world thinks or what the world is seeing.
Okay.
Because when you start putting the pressures of what are people going to think, because Anjiti, now you're scared of looking stupid. No, now it is Valentine's Day.
Now I'm supposed to myself flowers.
Yes, you know,
I am. Listen,
those are the things that I'm trying to get to. That don't put on a front of something that is not true just to please the world.
Yeah,
it's okay to have a conversation with your husband and be like, we're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day this year, or we're not going to do this, or you know your person. I am the let's do things, and my husband's chilled. My husband sometimes doesn't see
why.
Like, what's the point of what?
And how chilled is chilled? Because some of us know the chilled way, like like there's the chilled way. There's like, what is Valentine's Day? Why are we celebrating? Why are you celebrating your birthday? What, you know, like
there's that chill.
Like then, how do you find in the balance of
the chill? Okay,
of the chilledness.
So this is where you and your person need to speak. Communication is important, because if you feel like getting a rose, even if it's just one rose on Valentine's Day, is important, then you communicate that. You're like, listen, I would appreciate a slab of chocolate.
Okay.
I would appreciate,
Quick question.
yes.
Mang pose a war, you must know. Okay. Now let's say you were in a relationship prior. Now you're in a
Yes.
relationship prior, and you convinced yourself that you don't celebrate specific things.
Yes, okay.
So let's say you've convinced yourself of these things, and then you get into a new relationship, and that's because you're not healed. That's the persona you take onto the new relationship. Oh no, I don't celebrate this. This is not a big deal because you already have built up a
This
defense
thing.
mechanism
That you don't care.
yeah, so that if it doesn't happen, then you're okay.
All right.
Then how does someone, for example, comes from that situation now explain to the new partner, but like actually no, these things are important to me. I want to feel special on these days. Like how do you then, get into that conversation? You could say, hey,
You know what? I think that the first thing, this is also very important. When you are in a relationship as a person, you need to first be happy with yourself as the individual.
okay.
You need to be content with yourself, and you need to know yourself. You know, if these three things are not in check, it's very easy for you to slip into the cracks because you are not stable, or you are not still, or you're not staunch on what you believe in.
Okay.
So if you are not sure, like you're saying that you got into a relationship whereby you're still healing from your previous relationship, right? And you're not sure whether or not Valentine's Day is a thing. You're not sure how you feel about it. You express that.
Okay.
You express that. You say, listen, for the past 2 years, I've been in a relationship. And to be quite honest with you, it wasn't a big deal to my partner. And slowly over the years, it stopped being a big deal to me. I'm not sure how I feel about it, you know? However, I would like to try and see what the hype is when girls are getting roses, and girls are getting flowers, or they're getting chocolates, or they're getting taken out. I would like to see if I like it or not, because I don't want to lie to you. I'm not sure where I stand.
Okay.
And then after that day has passed, if you felt like it was something that was, oh, I like this, I like this, then you say, hey, I really enjoyed that. I would like it if we continued to prioritize this holiday. I feel like it made me feel good.
Okay. Makes sense. Follow-up question.
Yes.
Now you spoke prior about being content with yourself and whatever, right? Now let's say another example. Let's say this person was in this relationship and these things are not happening, and then they start to focus on themselves. They become so independent. They make themselves feel special. It's Valentine's Day. I'll take myself out. I'll buy myself the flowers. And then they get into a relationship. Now they then don't communicate that this is what I want. They do it for themselves. How do you find the balance of being content but still being able to be vulnerable to your person that yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I hear you. I do. You see, the thing is, as ladies, especially as modern ladies, our problem is that we can do it for ourselves. That's our biggest problem. Our problem is that we can buy ourselves flowers, and we can hold we can hold our hands, and we can talk to ourselves for hours. Okay, leaving Miley Cyrus behind. But like, honestly speaking, there are things that we need to let go of, especially as ladies.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being able to take care of yourself. But if you want to be in a relationship, and a relationship typically follows the old norms.
The hierarchy. Yeah.
Yes. And the old norms are the man is on top. Whether or not you are Saul Kazna, whether or not you can buy yourself flowers, or you can take yourself to Dubai, or you can do it, doesn't matter. If you want to be in a relationship, then you need to follow the norms of society.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying diminish yourself. I'm not saying that now you need to take whatever's coming your way just because you are now following the norms. No.
Okay.
You follow the norms when they are working out for you.
Okay.
You follow the norms when they are making sense to you. Do not take out money and buy yourself flowers and order yourself a huge bouquet
And
of
say
flowers
thank you,
and then say
babe.
thank you, baby.
Don't marry yourself,
Yes,
ladies.
that's my thing. Like, it's not working for you then, because now why do you feel the need to thank the baby when baby didn't buy the flowers?
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need? If you can do it yourself, say thank you, me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lilita,
Be
for
petty,
buying Lilita.
baby, petty Patricia, my darling, and thank yourself. And say
Yes.
happy birthday to me, from me to me.
Yes, there's nothing wrong if you want to take on that role of I can do this by myself. There's absolutely nothing wrong, and I feel like it's good. Ladies need to be at that point, because sometimes we let men define us so much that we end up losing any sort of self self worth or self awareness.
Yeah, true.
I like sitting in my bed watching series, having a chilled vibe.
And repeating Legally Blonde for the 100,000th time.
I love it. My husband loves being out there.
I was party.
And there needs to be a balance.
Yeah.
I can go out with him, but he also needs to do the things that I want. So he also needs to be a homebody. And that
Every
is
now and then.
Yes, every now and then. So if he likes being out there on the streets, I can be on the streets with him. But he also needs to learn that sometimes she just wants me to lay with her in bed while we're watching a nonsense movie.
And sometimes you want to lay in bed alone. And sometimes you can go and leave the streets.
Yes.
Alone.
Yes.
Balance.
Yes.
Having
Balance.
your
Yes. So what I'm saying is, it's important to make sure that in whatever you're doing, you don't lose number one,
self.
because if you're losing self, you are gonna find yourself unhappy. Once you lose self, you are gonna find yourself in a miserable relationship, and you're not gonna understand why. Because it's not gonna be today that you're gonna wake up and realize that actually I don't like this.
I don't like me. Who is this?
Yes, it's gonna be months, years down the line, and then you're like,
wait a minute.
How did I get here?
Yeah.
How did I even get to this point? And that's where you start feeling like you're looking stupid, because you've been in this relationship for 10 years. No ring. 10 years.
Or with the ring that you gave yourself, you are pushing your marriage alone. Social. We are going. Where are you going? Who are you going with?
So you see, we end up putting ourselves in embarrassing situations when the truth comes out, because we had so much pressure to look a certain way.
Yeah.
To look a certain way, to portray this image to society that everything is perfect. Everything is what it needs to be, and all the boxes are checked.
Yeah. Where do you think, because everyone has this pressure, or the people who do these things have this pressure, where do you think they find this pressure from? Because no one actually tells you, we expect you to have flowers on Valentine's Day. We expect you to post your husband. We expect your husband to post you. Like,
I would say social media. But before social media actually came up, movies.
Okay.
We grew up watching movies like I'm just trying to think of a really, like The Notebook, where it's all about grand gestures and over the top things, yes, like big love, loud love. And if it's not like that, then it's not love. But somebody said something this week while I was watching something on social media. They said that love is an action. It's not a feeling. I'm not sure that I fully agree with it, but I do agree with it to an extent.
Okay.
Love is an action because love is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Love is a choice that you make every day.
Yeah.
You make it every day, that choice. You wake up in the morning and you choose to love your people. You choose to love your family. You choose to love your kids. You choose to love your friends. You choose to love your partner. It's a choice that you make every day. And if you don't make that choice, then things go wrong. For example, I will say Lilita is having a bad week, Uncle Miss Lady G.
When Lilita becomes uncle, she gets a bad week. Hey. When Lilita is uncle, and then
So Uncle Miss Lily G is having a horrendous week. I am done. Like I don't want anything. I just want to be.
left alone.
Yes. So I'm now in this little funk. I wake up in the morning. I have no time for the person next to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to even say hello. Now I'm not making the choice to what? To choose him. I'm making that choice now to choose to
Survive.
Yes, I'm in
Deal.
this mode. I'm in this mode and I'm choosing to just to stay in this mode. I'm not choosing my partner. I'm not getting out of bed. I'm not going to spend time with my children. I'm not doing any of the things that I'm meant to be doing.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I'm not meant to be doing all the things that I'm meant to be doing. So now I'm not choosing anybody. I'm not loving anybody because I'm just in a funk. So you get up every day and you make the choice to do the things that you need to do for the people that you love. And that is the action part of it. But it's also a feeling.
The feeling has to be there
The
first.
feeling has to be there. It's also a feeling. It's also what's in your mind. Because when my husband has done something to me, listen, that love, the feeling is not feeling. It's not
feeling
feeling.
is
Yes, the feeling is fighting. The feeling is butch. The feeling is I want to kick you. You know. So it is a feeling. It definitely is a feeling. If your child does something to you, it's not that you don't love them anymore, but there's that feeling of right now I need you to give me space because I am so angry with you.
I don't know
I
why.
don't wanna see
I don't
your
know what
face.
the action will come with the feeling that
But I don't
have.
want to see your face. Let's I don't want to see your face. Can you just give me that space? So there are those things. But my husband, he's not allowed to give me space.
Listen, and that's where we are different. Listen,
He's not allowed to. If he makes me angry, he must stick
he
around
must be here.
to see my miserable
He must
self.
be like, he must be that, guys that advertise.
Yes, the one that's looking over my shoulder. He must be there. He must witness it to see what
See
his
my anger.
actions
Witness
have.
my anger.
Yes.
Sit in it. Measure it. How far am I still on 100% or is it decreasing now?
Oh my goodness. It's
Now
so
the
funny.
complete opposite.
It's so funny though, because with my kids, I want them to give me space. But with my husband, he must sit there. If I am, he must
Live it.
sit there.
Sit there.
He must
See
sit
me.
there.
Do something. Soften me up.
Yes, make
Slowly.
keep buying yourself into a better place because
I'm the
wow,
opposite, Sana. If I am angry,
what do you want?
steer away.
You just
Do not buy me a gift.
no, she hates that.
Don't buy me anything. Don't cook me anything. Don't bring me anything.
You just don't want.
Yeah.
But until when?
Until I talk to myself. I must talk to myself. Like and evaluate. Am I really angry? Like how angry am I? Yeah, like can I get past this? Because now I feel like if you're giving me something, then for me it feels like you're manipulating me not to feel the extent of what you've done to me. Let me realize how bad it is.
How bad you feel about
it. Yeah. So that when I calm down, I'm like, okay, I'm in control of this. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I was angry, but like I can get over it. Don't give me something to stop me up because I'm like, oh, you want me to forget what you did. So it must be big. Get more like it makes me more angry.
That's the opposite of me because I feel like if you have messed up,
show me how sorry you are.
Not even show me how sorry you are.
How bad do you want me?
No, it's not even that. Like it's a matter of
You're thinking of me.
This is my anger, right? This is how angry I am,
Uh-huh.
right? So when you bring me my favorite chocolate,
It goes down.
this one closes.
You give me more, it goes.
And then you bring me, or you say let's go walk on the beach, something I enjoy doing. Then now I'm angry
You are
3
letting
times.
go,
Yes, I'm angry 3 times. And then you say let's spend time together, let's talk.
Let's watch a movie.
No, let's talk.
Talk.
When you say talk, these two will fall away very quickly. The minute I appreciate being let into your mind so much as a person, I think that's my problem. So when my husband does things that I don't understand, my anger is towards, why don't I understand what you were doing? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So when he lets me in, when he lets me into his train of thinking, what was going on in his mind, then I feel like the nurturing Lelita comes out, because now I'm able to see or hear what it is that is going on in his head. And for me, that is like the biggest gift anybody can give me.
Yeah, me, I'm only willing to unravel that gift when my anger is here. Don't tell me how you feel, what you think if I'm still here. Leave me alone.
Okay, so now in your looking stupid, in your road down to not looking stupid in a relationship, obviously you need to set boundaries,
Yeah.
which goes back to that thing that I was saying of self awareness, being able to know what Lilita can take and what Lilita cannot take. And we are in marriages now, we are in serious relationships, and things that we did while we were dating don't necessarily work here, because it's not as simple as I'm going to move out. It's not as simple as go back to your place. It's not as simple as I'm going to my place. It's not that simple anymore.
Going to my mama house.
Yes, it's not that simple. Now there are kids that are going to ask
the
you.
house,
Yes,
you are
They're
now.
gonna-
There's other things keeping you accountable now.
yes. So when you are in a marriage, your you're dealing with situations needs to be a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
It needs to take into accountability of everything that's
The whole
around you.
unit.
Yes, not just the two of you, because now it's the two of you, and then there's the trinkles that come out. There's the household, there's the kids, there's life. Just because I'm angry with my husband doesn't mean that we mustn't pay this bill. Just because my husband's angry with me doesn't mean that because now we had booked the kids this holiday, we can't
Go
go.
to the holiday anymore.
It don't work that
Kids
way.
know now.
It doesn't
We
work
are
that
going
way.
there.
Exactly.
We will be angry when we meet each other in the bedroom, but when we're in front of the kids,
we will be okay.
Mm.
So those are things that obviously they change. But in all of that, there's also Ulilita, Unati must never cross the boundaries that they had set for themselves about. Now, if you cross this boundary, I cannot physically stay in that marriage. And I think that's where a lot of us lose the plot, because we are so caught up in the lifestyle, the household, the everything, that even when your personal boundaries that you had set, that you
from the beginning,
before there was even children, before there was a household, when everybody was doing their own thing, living their own lives, there were boundaries that you had set. Now when those boundaries are crossed, you need to remember them, because if you stay and you let those boundaries be crossed over and you accept it, that means that whatever you had said in the beginning, whatever terms and conditions you had, they don't mean anything,
and the person then won't respect them, because now
because you've let it, you've allowed it, Moss. You've allowed it. So why now? Why? Oh, you don't like I can break rule number 1 and rule number 2, but rule number 3 you're gonna fight with me over. They're not gonna take you seriously.
Yeah, that's when even people then have the entitlement, like, but I've done this so many times, why is it a problem now?
Yes.
And then can you really blame them for them to feel like that? Because then you enabled it.
You did. You enabled it. So now when you are in the situation whereby you are sick of this behavior, you need to also look back and think, what have I done in this situation to let things get to this point? Have I stood by my boundaries?
Often not.
Have I stood by my boundaries? And what were those boundaries? And I feel like you need to be very clear to yourself about your boundaries,
Yeah.
to yourself, because there's things that will happen and you won't know how to deal with it because you are not clear to yourself. Now let's leave your partner. You are not clear to yourself about this is it for it. Like, I cannot come back from this.
Yeah.
So now with these boundaries, you need to always be able to define whether you're being vulnerable or you are overexposing yourself.
Mm.
An example, we have things that we tell our significant others, things that the rest of the world do not know.
No, that don't have
The privilege
Of knowing.
Yes, of knowing. We have things that we tell our significant others. And in the things we tell our significant others, when they turn around and they use the same things against you, where was the line between overexposure and vulnerability? That's what I want to know. Like, how far, where does that
Where
line,
do you know
where do you
where-
draw that line?
Because it's very difficult because this person, as you had said in the beginning, they are in your life that every second of the day. If something happens at work, you call your husband, "Hey, Mary did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." And at times when you are sharing those things, you are hoping that your person keeps you accountable. They also pick your blind spots by, oh, but now it you shouldn't have said, you shouldn't have gone that far. So they're like your soundboard. So then it becomes difficult, and then you and Ethan essay to have a fight. The later calls Habib. Baby, essay to threw the show up there and then did this and did this and did that. And again, you're going back to your significant other because they are your soundboard.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. Then where do you not, like,
Where do you stop?
Where do you stop?
Where do you stop?
Because
That's what I also
sometimes
want to know.
that helps you. Like, for example, you might call your husband and say, "Who essay did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?" You haven't reacted to essay to yet. He's going to be your soundboard on how you respond going forward. Do you understand? So at times when you are consulting with a significant other, you're trying to position yourself and also not breaking the relationships that you have. Having someone who's gonna support you, like who's gonna, like, where you don't make something like, "But baby, I said you shouldn't have
Done that.
done." Someone who's gonna keep you accountable. It's very tricky. I don't know.
So I want to know, where does overexposure start? That's what I want to know. Like, where does overexposure start? Okay.
I think maybe understand, like, also knowing your person.
Yeah.
I think if you are, when someone shows you who they are,
Believe them.
Yeah, because I think it's that thing of when someone keeps going past boundaries,
Yes.
we choose to ignore it. Because if you are sharing something with someone and you've seen it, maybe even with other people in their lives, when something happens, we don't learn that, but this person, you can't trust them. But can you be in a relationship then with someone where you feel like you're gonna overexpose yourself? Like,
I know it's so tricky.
it's so tricky because then
It's so tricky. That's the thing. Like, I want to know, where does overexposure start? I feel like that should be a poll. I think we should make that a poll. Like, where does overexposure start?
In a relationship, in friendship, in siblings, in
family?
family.
And where do you start overexposing? Because I don't know. I don't want to lie. So once you've set the boundaries, right, which are healthy for you, your next job is to communicate them. There's nobody, guys, I don't know, do you know of any mind readers?
No.
I don't know of any mind readers except for the ones we've seen in Twilight, except for Edward Cullen. I don't know of any mind readers that I have seen in my life. So once you've set these boundaries to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you communicate. And this particular point, I feel that is the downfall of many relationships.
Yeah.
Effective communication. There's a difference between communicating to be to like just to get it over and
Shutting
done,
down
yes,
this thing.
and get it over and done with, and
actually
effective communication.
You listen, you hear.
Yes, you listening to hear,
And
you're not
understand.
listening to answer.
Yeah.
We are, especially as women, we are very, very guilty of this one.
Like I'm just like
Point there. Okay.
Or
Point number one.
Point
number two.
that when you're still saying point number one, you're missing something that's being said.
Yes, that is important.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there is also one thing that men do. Women, they listen to fight back. Men, they listen to hear where they can get themselves out of the situation. I am not even lying.
How am I going to get out of this?
Men listen to hear the one thing you're going to say. Men listen to hear the one wrong word, that last mwah at the end of the sentence, you know.
And they will ride the
they will ride the mwah.
The
They will ride the mwah. They will ride the aha. They will ride the they will ride. They will write expressions. They won't even write a word.
What you said.
They will write expressions, and they will be like, "You are A, B, C, D. You
5,
do
6,
not
7,
have
8, 9, 10."
Especially when they are wrong. When they are wrong, they will look. They will wait for you. They will wait for you. They will sit and listen to you going on and on and on and on
they're not even hearing anything else. They
Yes,
are holding
they
what
holding-
you said.
No. What you said, mwah, they stop you. So they will listen to you. Like, I've seen this. They will listen to you. They will listen to you. They will listen to you up until you say that wrong thing. Then when you say the wrong thing, then they're like, first of all, I have nothing to say to you because you don't even know how to talk properly. Yeah, that's it. Like, no matter what they have done wrong, no matter what made you get to the point of
We don't care. That of yours is the problem.
So
I don't care whether I made you to, like I did something to make you to get to the Once you say is the biggest problem here
in this relationship. The problem we have in this relationship is the fact that you say to me when you are talking. That's the big. Never mind the fact that I did something that we have spoken about, that I said that we have decided together as a unit that we will not
happen.
do. Yes. No. Never mind that. The fact that you went and said to me. That is the problem that we have. That is the biggest problem in this household. And until you fix that,
I'm not gonna listen
not
to
entertaining anything. I've got nothing to say.
Actually, this discussion is over.
It is, because it ends. I'm telling you, I have seen it so many times, and I think it's so funny. And as a result, I do not engage.
Mindful.
I don't engage with my husband when I am angry.
I think that's where it goes back to me also being leave me alone when I'm angry, because I can't control this.
That what comes out of them.
Yeah.
I do not engage with
because
my husband.
Because we will forget the problem why we were fighting in the first place if I engage. I like So now if I let you in that space, listen, you will touch my toe. It will be as if you brought Donald Trump into my house and he started dictating America here.
So you see, so that's why it's important to know how to communicate effectively. There's things you learn with time. You know your person. People are not the same. There's one thing that I always say is that we did not grow up in the same household. And even if we did grow up in the same household, we're not the same person.
Why do siblings fight?
Exactly. We're not the same person. We see things differently. We have different opinions. We have different views. So when you have a partner that this is a stranger, you don't know this person. So you need to be able to understand that they will not react the way that you would react to a situation. They
Yeah.
would not act the way that you would act in a situation. With that being said, now you need to be able to communicate what your fears are.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we have the fear of pushing the next person away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it also, I think that's when it also goes back to that thing you were talking about. Then when do we draw the line on overexposing yourself and not? Because then when you are communicating something to someone like, when you do this, I am scared of this,
Mm,
because it then makes you vulnerable, because then that person can turn around and use
that against
it
you.
too, because then they know
What your deep darkest
because
fears
fear
are.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also, when I go into a relationship, I go into the relationship with that hope of the person I'm with will not do that to me. I know it's one of the things that I feel like has made it easy for me to love and be loved back, but also it's also like a detrimental value to have, or a detrimental thing to do for
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Because if you go into a relationship and you are vulnerable, like, to the T, you are, this is me, this is what scares me, these are my fears, this is that, and you are doing it to the wrong person,
It
it's
will.
it's detrimental, because that person turns around and they use the very same things that you are confiding in them, thinking, "Uba, no, I am actually talking to my soulmate.
I'm trying
I'm
to
trying
make
to
it.
connect
I'm
with,
getting you in my head, in my
yes,
heart.
I'm connecting with you as my soulmate." Because that's the thing that people don't realize, that when you are in a relationship, you are not planning for its end.
Mm.
There's nothing in you that is planning for the end of this, because you want it to work.
Yeah.
You want it to be a thing, you want it to work out. So obviously you're going to share the things that make you who you are, that make you tick, that make you function, that make you, like, I feel like, because I know so much about my husband,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for me to understand some actions that the next person
Might not
might not
understand.
understand,
Yeah, true.
because he has let me in to know that, okay, ABCD would probably trigger ABCD, like, even with me, I
Mm.
think that's why, even when somebody, like, I would do something that he would, like, another person, an outside person would feel like it's out of order, or it's not what they would want from their wife,
Mm.
he still would be like, I understand why she did that. He may not say it to the person, but with me, he'll be like, I understand. I understand why you reacted the way you reacted. Because obviously, when somebody does this, they're triggering A, B, C, D.
Mm.
You know,
And that's the
it's,
main reason why we communicate these
yes,
things.
so that you're living in a healthy space whereby you are understood. But unfortunately, there's the risk of it being to the wrong person.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate risk of anything, of love. Like, love is like, it's exactly that, it's a risk, because you don't know up until you get to the point whereby you realize that this is actually not love, this is not the love I want. Because another thing that I have witnessed is that a person can be truly horrible to you, but their next relationship,
They will be everything you've ever wanted.
and then you ask yourself, was I the problem?
No,
Was I the reason why they were like that?
never, never that.
But you are not. One thing that I did learn, though, in life is that we experience people
Differently.
differently.
Yeah.
And it's not about what you've done,
Mm.
it's not about you. It's about the person that you are dealing with and where they are at in their life.
Mm.
So it took me a while to get to this point, but once I started accepting that fact that we will experience people
Differently.
differently. Somebody that I may experience, like, for example, there's this lady that does things that I don't like.
I'm so curious. Go on.
I can't say. I don't want to expose too much, right?
Okay.
But to that lady's family,
Uh-huh.
she's not the same way as she is to the rest of the people she interacts with daily at her job.
Danko.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are, when you look at them, you're like, I don't understand how this person can be a mother, can be a partner, how are they treating their, but
They are something completely
different
different
in a different setting.
setting. True. Yeah. Oh, I know that person.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why
Because two parties of this would say
two totally
complete different
opposite things. Yes.
Yeah.
Two totally opposite things. And
And
then you
someone will
ask
be what they
yourself,
want to be to who they want to be.
that's true. So that's why I believe that if I feel like I want to trust you,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be vulnerable to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you're going to use that information against me, that's
That's
a
on
you
you.
problem.
Yeah, that's on you. It's not on me.
That's a you problem, because I was in this, I was building. I was building our relationship. I was building our bond. I was building the trust between us. I was building the vulnerability between us. Because if we don't have vulnerability, there's no ways we can actually live together
Yeah.
and work out living together. Like there's just a certain level that of maturity that needs to be involved when you are living with another person. People will irritate you.
Mm.
People will do things that will get on your nerves.
Mm.
But we have to be able to come to a point whereby you can accept the person you are with, flaws and all.
Mm.
And that's where their vulnerability helps. It helps you see the person, the real person, not the facade that we put on. Because when a relationship starts, you're not yourself.
You are you are just giving 5%.
You are the best version of Lilita.
10%
You are the sweetest version of Lilita.
until it pops.
You are the nicest version of Lilita. You are the calmest version of Lilita. What? Kanyamba, Lilita. Oh,
Champagne
no.
bottle, my darling.
Oh no.
What is this?
Oh no. So it's a tough one.
It is.
But take it, let's redefine what looking stupid means. What is it now? After we've had this conversation, where does it put us? Like, what is it?
I think in everything that you do, it must be something that you have to be okay with it. Whatever you choose to do, whatever you choose not to do, whatever boundary you put, whatever boundary you don't put, you as yourself must be okay with it, with whatever it is.
And when it goes pear shaped, you must still be okay with the fact that I chose to
this.
be here. Yes. So we must challenge the idea that vulnerability does not mean weakness.
Yes.
It's not being weak.
The weak person is the person who's going to use the vulnerability of another
against
person
you.
against you
Yes.
to get what they want or to make you look like whatever. Yeah.
And also, what I also wanted to take away from that point is that once you overcome the fear of loving deeply, you have achieved something really great, because not a lot of us can get to that point whereby you can let go and really love without being scared.
Yeah. True.
And then
it's scary, but it's a very beautiful thing. Once
you overcome that fear, and both parties have come to the party, everybody's playing their role, everybody's doing what they're meant to be doing, everybody is just, they are there, you are in sync in terms of being vulnerable, being loving, being caring. It's such a nice place to be at.
It is. Because then no other external things
can factor into your relationship.
because everyone knows that other person bear and have accepted them as they are.
And that's where growth starts coming into the picture.
Yeah.
That's where now you see couples doing things that you ask yourself, how
Why
are
would
they,
you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
and how are they achieving A, B, C, D? It's because they are in sync. They know they are moving as one.
Yeah.
Once you start moving as one, then you see things happening differently. You ask yourself, well, what makes a married man more successful than an unmarried man?
Mm.
What makes a married woman more successful
Than an
sometimes than an
unsuccessful
unmarried woman?
woman.
What are those things what are those little factors that we don't see? Because we have unspoken competitions in our jobs.
Mm.
We have unspoken battles that we fight of trying to get to a certain position.
Mm.
And in getting to that certain position, you are fighting other people, your colleagues. And your colleagues, they have different lives.
Mm.
What makes that one person that comes up top?
That
What makes them, what sets them apart? Let's put it that way. What sets them apart from the rest? What is it in their personal life that is making them shine?
What's their competitive advantage?
Yes. So now that's where, because all those things we are chasing growth, and even with a relationship with yourself, you need to do all these things that you would do in an actual relationship with yourself first.
Yeah.
So even if the unmarried woman is the one that's coming out on top, why? She knows who she is. She knows where her weaknesses are. She knows where her strengths lie. She knows what she wants. She knows how to get it. She knows where she's gonna have a shortfall. She knows that if they're gonna make her work with somebody who's A, B, C, D, she won't be able to handle that person. She knows and she can communicate that. And that is why she is in the position that she's in as a human being.
True.
As a human being. Because I always say this, that the first relationship anybody must have
Is with themselves.
is with yourself.
Yeah.
You need to put Lilita first so that you can be effective in every other relationship that you are involved in.
Yeah. That was a mouthful.
Oh my goodness. So, guys, to close it off, tell us about the things that you have overcome in a relationship to make it work. Please comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your stories. We want to know what it is that might help us. We may not have seen this, or we may not have considered it as an important part of making a relationship work.
Yeah.
What has worked for you? What has worked for you?
Please share, guys.
Share, guys. Share the content with anybody you think might like it. We are so happy that you guys have joined us again for another episode. It was a nice, good chat. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Please make sure, guys, to follow us on all our media platforms. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Music. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on TikTok.
Yes. Anyway, you want to search for us, it's Let's Chat with Lily. You just search for that, you'll find us. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate it. I'm Lily.
And I'm Ko, aka Esetu.
And this is
Let's Chat with Lily.